I pray that you listen to parents, and I pray that you use role as we need good conservation, Governor. I pray for you. Stand with working class people. Yeah, that happened on MLK Day, just yesterday in 2023. And she was a parishioner. She is a parishioner of the church, the young lady that was escorted out by all those police officers. Governor abusing her power, using police officers in that way, like she running the church. Fire extinguisher coming out on this one. So you may recall our reporting regarding Governor Kathy Hochul moving full steam in her lobbying efforts to secure a judgeship for Hector LaSalle. As you can see from the video you just watched, she is taking her advocacy to a whole nother level. Let's put up this tweet. Governor Hochul showed up to Sunset Park and not only used MLK legacy, but also Sunset Park community as pawns to push her conservative judge. And the worst part was she brought police with her and kicked out a respected Afro-Latina leader who belongs to the church. Now, ain't that some sugar? Fill it in, fill in the blank. Really, this governor did this just yesterday, or I mean on MLK Day. This is what this woman did. New York, you had a chance to have a different kind of governor, but you picked this woman. Let's put up what Maurice Mo Mitchell, the national president of the Working Families Party, had to say about this. This is how you honor MLK's legacy. Ironically, she was removed from a church while Kathy Hochul was giving her MLK speech. Team, lead that up. Because I need folks to understand that this woman used police officers to remove an Afro-Latino, a black parishioner on while she giving a Martin Luther King Jr. speech. The irony, Jesus, I mean, I see police officers with their batons beating black folks, marching in the streets during the civil rights movement. I can see the water hoses being used by firefighters. And this chick had the nerve to use police officers in this way and use this community in this way. Mo goes on to say, Kathy Hochul cannot use MLK's legacy to curry favor while pushing a chief justice that will dishonor the fights he died for. You better say that. See, it's time out. We're not gonna let these people get away with this kind of stuff. Now you need to go back and watch and listen to some of the video, watch video or listen to audio of what the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Minister Malcolm X had to say about white liberals like this governor. Where is her shame? She owes this woman an apology. Like, apology is the least that she can do. Let's put up the next tweet. Lindsey Bowen, the violent absurdity of using a community church this way, the violent absurdity of using the police this way. Say that like 2 more times. The violent absurdity of using MLK's name this way. Shameful, disturbing, disgusting. You know, amen to all of that. Lindsay, I couldn't have said it any better than what you said. This woman right here, oh yeah, she is definitely one of the 2 people that's gonna win the Neoliberal Hall of Fame, the WTF Neoliberal Hall of Fame. She is. Now, Ben, go ahead, jump in, because I got the cooler. I'm pulling out. I'm pulling her out right now, because I'm there.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna leave a fire extinguisher. I love that. I love that. No, it's often said that every president since Ronald Reagan has been Ronald Reagan, that we've reached the end of history. And this is really important. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because we really need to understand what Ronald Reagan's presidency was about. More so than anything else, it was about white Americans uniting to make sure that the civil rights movement wouldn't have any material impact on how the world actually works. Fundamentally, that's what Ronald Reagan's presidency was about. And the Democratic Party and Republican Party have both fully adopted this mindset of Reaganomics, where while the Democrats will like speak to like different issues, fundamentally they believe in this white supremacy in the same way that the Republicans do. They just have a little bit more pretense. I mean, look at the January 6th Capitol rioters, right? And look at all of the evidence that there's like police officers that have ties to January 6th, that there's FBI agents that have ties to white supremacist organizations. Look at the fact that Canada recognized the Proud Boys, or no, New Zealand recognized the Proud Boys as a terrorist organization, and yet like we have Proud Boys running around every single day in the United States unchallenged. And not only that, we have police departments that are protecting Proud Boys from like anybody on the left that's like protesting against them. And so let's put all this stuff together, right? Because one of those actually happened in New York very recently. There were a bunch of right wingers that were, like harassing people who are trying to get abortions, and the people that were there to defend the people that were getting abortions, guess whose side the police were on, right? It was on the side of these right wingers. This is all tied together. Fundamentally, these people are white supremacists. Like these Democrats who are willing to literally kick people out of churches like this are white supremacists. They want to use black and brown spaces, right, to gain votes and to gain popularity. But fundamentally, when it comes to the actual execution of power, they have no interest in any type of like collaboration. They have no interest in actually hearing the voices of marginalized people. And it's deeply infuriating. And so the reason why I'm kind of all over the place connecting all these dots is because they are connected. Because fundamentally, the Democratic Party has fully embraced white supremacy. And there are a few people within the Democratic Party that are willing to challenge that. But outside of that, outside of the few people within the Democratic Party that are willing to challenge this, it's white supremacy all the way down. And that's why she's also willing to push literal anti-abortion judges onto her courts.
And this is a Democrat, and you're right, Ben. The point being that this cult-like nature within politics right now, that both parties have cult-like nature. And if you are part of the cult, if anybody challenges that, then all of a sudden you're enemy of the state. You're enemy to them. Calling out the other party is easy. Calling out your own party is the one that is hard. Governor Hochul is out of line. And Ben's point about the adoption of this stuff, because both of these parties are controlled by corporatists who really do not care about poor people. They don't care about black and brown people and other people of color. They just do not care.